participants, members, and aspiring students of ProTouch who has joined this learning session. I would like to ask you a question. If you can rewind something from your past experiences, what it would be? You can please put it in a chat box. I would like to repeat once again my question. If you can rewind something from your past experiences, what it would be? Yes, Aditi has mentioned my college and hostel life. Yes, of course. Umang has mentioned, I will rewind my childhood days. Nice. My Pragati has mentioned time with my mother. Oh, that's so sweet. Girija has mentioned school days. That's also one of my, childhood memories. Isha has mentioned college days. Nice. Anjay has school days. Nice to hear from you, Anjay. What else? Anyone else? Nirmal has mentioned my nursery days. Oh, that's kindergarten days, school days. Most of the, rewards are coming from school days, my initial days of job. Okay, school bunking days, obviously, but I have never done any school bunking. However, I did college bunking for sure. Okay, Mrityunjay has mentioned school days. Nice. Rewind my first job so that I could, make better decisions. Nice, nice. Okay. Most of the, response has been coming from the first day of my first job. Yes, of course, first job is always memorable for each and every, professionals here. It's here. So, okay. So now let's begin the learning sessions with Snehali Chauhan, Sushmita, and Girija, our guest speakers of today morning. I'm so delighted to mention that about Snehali Chauhan, that she is a certified soft skill trainer holding 6+ years of work experience into soft skill and functional English training at various skill institutes, colleges, foundations, industrial training institutes. She is focused and dedicated towards youth empowerment. If I come across Sushmita has worked as an HR professional for 1 year at IBM, and then 4 years into coaching and training students from various backgrounds to build skills. Currently, she's working with an NGO with a vision to create impact on children from low-income schools by following holistic approach in education and building school infrastructure for better learning space. And last but not the least, Girija. She is holding 18+ years of experience in HR gamut. She believes in empowering retentions rather than recruitment. She is also the founder of ICE HR Consulting for the past 2.5 years, supporting clients to form retention strategies, and is also a certified post trainer. It's an honor and pleasure to have Snehali Chauhan, Sushmita L, and Girija Ghole today morning. Over to you, Sushmita, Snehali, and Girija.
Thank you so much, Preeti, for such wonderful introduction of all of us. A very warm good morning to all of you present here. My name is Snehali, and as introduced by Preeti, I am a soft skills and functional English trainer for more than 6 years now. And I'm currently working with a non-profit organization named as EduNet Foundation. And I'm working as a subject matter expert, employability skills there, working into various skill development projects for various engineering and in computer science colleges across India. So, as my name suggests, Snehali, it is spreading love. Okay, and yes, I do that through the training interventions with the youth across the nation, and I love doing that, and I'm very much focused to do that. So today we are here with a very crucial aspect of one's professional journey, right? And I'm sure everybody is aware of the topic. You must have seen in the creative, right? But before we go to the topic, let's do a small exercise here, okay? And I want everybody to use the chat box for this exercise. So on our screen, there is a phrase visible, which says success at workplace. Okay. So what comes to our minds when we read this term, or we listen to this term, success at workplace? Can you all please put it in the chat? What comes to your mind? Any word, or maybe any a phrase that comes to your mind? Power of togetherness, healthy work culture, wow, great. Victory, great. Successful, utilizing the day, appreciation, triumph, team building, stable position, a feel of satisfaction, appreciation, highly collaborative team, goal setting, great, great. Any other thoughts? Acknowledgement, achievements, happiness, yes, of course, success. Consistent good performance, wow. Motivation, yes. Holding a responsible position with positive work environment, job satisfaction, rewards and recognition, great, yes. So success, what is success, right? Success can mean differently to different set of people, right? Next slide, please, Girija. Okay. So success is when you achieve something, when you get what you want, right? That is success. And it can be different to different people. Okay. For someone, a financial reward can be a success. Okay. For someone, a recognition in front of others, right? A reward or an award in front of others can be a success. For someone, some personal fulfillment, like many of us did the certification course, so that fulfillment, personal fulfillment can be a success for a lot of us. For someone, getting a leadership position can be success, right? So here we are with our topic, which is empowering success. Okay, how can you empower success? So one of the key aspect and crucial aspect is through owning your work. Through own, yes, work life and family will be balanced, yes, correct. So owning your work. So what do we understand by ownership at workplace? Can anybody tell me? You can go off mute and also speak. uh, it would be great, would love to hear everyone. Anyone? Owning, ownership at workplace or owning your work.
Taking accountability.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, we didn't get clearly.
Taking accountability of whatever you have.
Taking accountability, accountable for the work done, responsibility. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts?
Be very confident about yourself and being able to help others as well.
Yes, be confident about yourself and being able to help others. Yes, Umang would like to share something.
Yes, for me, this particular thing means that if we are owning something, it specifically means that whatever the things for which we are hired, we just have to fulfill it. So fulfillment of that particular thing for which we are hired, that's the owning at workplace.
Okay. Okay, fulfillment of the purpose for which you are hired is ownership. For feeling of own members, yes. Culture, family, though, yes. So when you feel that your workplace is your family, right? You want to develop that family culture. You consider everyone close to yourself. We can consider that ownership at workplace. Yes, going the extra mile, going out of your job responsibilities or maybe the SOP and doing something good. Okay, accomplishment of any responsibility, yes, doing your tasks because you want to do, not because you have to do it. Yes, exactly. So ownership is not doing a 9 to 6 job. It is starting even at 7 o'clock when you have some pending tasks of a previous day, and even extending your work in the evening till 7 or 7:30 because again you have something to be done or some deliverable, right? So it is taking responsibility of your own actions, the decisions and the outcomes that you would like to have. Okay, so we can probably divide it in three categories, right? Responsibility for the task and the projects that you have in your hand, taking pride in your work, yes, right? So when you say responsibility for your tasks and projects, it means that you don't do just what is told to do, you go beyond. If there is something that another team member is not able to fulfill, you're there to support and ensure that your task and the project gets done effectively. So you are responsible for the entire process or the entire task. That's first aspect. The second aspect is problem solving, not just problem identification. So yes, when we work, we normally identify problems on a day-to-day basis, right? But if we sit back, you're not owning the work. Okay, so when you come ahead, identify the issue and try to tackle that, try to solve that problem, try to seek solutions, that's where we can say that we own the work. Okay, it's about taking initiative. Okay, taking initiative and going beyond, right? Going, somebody said, out of, going the extra mile, right? So it's going beyond what is expected of you to do. Okay, sometimes even working cross functionally, not just something that belongs to your department, that can also be owning the work and the workplace. Okay, so if there is some good cause required to be done, you lead that. Okay, it may not be related anyway through your to your job roles and responsibilities, but you still do that. So you own the work and you own the workplace. That's what it is. Okay, so going further, let's try to understand what would be the benefits of owning your work. Would anybody like to share? What would be the benefits at an individual level? How can it benefit us if we own the work? If we own the
Satisfaction.
work, if you own, sorry?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction, yes. Satisfaction, positive feelings, yes, correct. Any other thoughts? Satisfaction, positive feelings, it's skill enhancement, yes. Continuous skill enhancement, yes, correct.
It could be a good experience that we
A
have
path
never
to
had
move.
before.
Yes, it could be completely a new experience that we could not have before if we start owning the work. Yes, a path to move ahead. When you own it, it shows you a path, a direction to move ahead. Yes, it can turn in it can turn into a good learning. If we own it, we feel it ours. So maximum time we spend at work, we don't get bored. Yes, we work, we love work and we do it with fun, right? We enjoy it. Yes, it paves to leadership, growth of leadership. Yes, yes. So it's an autograph. Okay, it autographs your work and we develop ideas. Yes, that's correct. So when we own our work, we have following benefits, right? So the first thing is it motivates you to work because you own it. You will constantly strive to achieve the team's success and the organization's success. So it keeps on motivating you to perform better and better. That's the first advantage. And also basically I'm just summarizing what everybody has put up, right? And we develop ideas, yes. So it helps to align your job roles with the company goals. So when you own your work, you always want to communicate and clarify about your job roles. You communicate with your superiors and you try to understand the relevance of your job roles and responsibilities with the company goals, because you want to make that contribution, you want to give that contribution, and just do not want to do a task, right? It helps with positive workplace relationships, yes, because when you own it, you are accountable for it, you communicate effectively, not just with the superiors but with the people at the same level, basically the peers and people with working under you, the subordinates. So you are ultimately trying to enhance a positive workplace relationship with better communication and positivity. And then yes, a sense of achievement, the personal satisfaction, a sense of fulfillment, right? A feeling of doing something good. And lastly, the career growth, the career advancement. You open up a lot of horizons for yourself, a lot of other areas. You train yourself in certain things, you develop those skill sets, and of course you can always get further opportunities. So I have further a very nice example of Mr. Mahesh Muralidharan, okay, who is called as a crazy hustler by his top management team. Is anybody aware of Mahesh Muralidharan? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, so Mahesh Muralidharan was the first junior level employee at Uber India. Okay, and junior as in he belonged to the middle level position. So he joined as a operations and logistics manager back then in 2014. Okay, and this is a story that I got through one of the survey, which was awesome startup employee survey done in 2014. Various stories were there, but this was very inspiring, where the top management observed so many characteristics of Mr. Mahesh that showed that he owned his work. Okay, he was very analytical, he was a number cruncher, and he was a visionary. So he joined in Bangalore, and he was given responsibility to work on expanding the services in the Bangalore city. Okay, but then the results turned out to be completely different. So he's somebody with a nothing is impossible attitude, and he always keeps on, working to achieve the goals. And the one phrase that says he sets for himself. So he's already having the company goals, he's having the team goals, but then he's also setting goals for himself to contribute to the organization, which shows that yes, he was owning his work. He was a true hustler, and he adapts to situations effortlessly. So his immediate manager had given one very nice instance that what he used to do is whenever there was a wedding going on, okay, so he used to go to the wedding venue even in scotchy afternoons, and he used to meet all the cab drivers or the taxi drivers there, okay, and used to pitch about the Uber services. He was extremely dedicated, and the operations head, okay, North Asia and India, has said that they consider him as the prototype of the growth of Uber, like starting from 6 cities to 160 cities and many more to go. So this is a wonderful example of how owning your work can help. So now, since we've understood what is owning your work, how it is benefited, let's take this session further to understand how can you develop the ownership mindset, and would like to invite soft skills trainer Sushmita, my dear friend, to take this further. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nihali, and a very warm welcome to one and all present here. It's really nice to interact with you all. Okay, now you've heard a lot about what is ownership, how do you have to own your work, what does the term success define to different people, right? So I want all of you to take your thinking hat and put it on, all right? So I want you to share your inputs to me. What do you think is developing ownership mindset in your understanding? So you can just go on to the chat box, or if you want to share aloud to the group, that's still fine. What do you think is developing an ownership mindset in your understanding? Okay, very good. Focus and discipline. True. Being proactive, definitely. That is very, very important. Is there somebody who wants to share? Consistency, yes, yes. Consistency is definitely a key to grow in our career path. Accepting challenges, very good. Very nice. So these are the thoughts that we need to keep in our mind as we move ahead in the session. So now we will see how do we develop ownership mindset at our workspace. Girija, can you please go to the next slide? Yes. So developing ownership mindset has a lot of parameters where we need to start working upon. First is like, for example, you need to have developed self-awareness. What is self-awareness? You need to know who you are. What is your passion? What is your strength, weakness? Basically, the SWOT analysis that you need to know. Okay, now, for example, I am Sushmita. I might be good at my communication skill. people skill. So that's what I understand about myself. So when I own the skill about myself, then there's a lot of scope for me to grow in terms of personally as well as professionally. And we have to set professional goals. Professional goals here, as I say, now, for me, I might have joined as a fresher. So what could be my professional goal 2 years down the lane? I want to be promoted. And then I wanted to be a team lead. And after like 7-8 years, I want to become an HR manager. So I need to set milestones for myself. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the lane, what am I going to do? How am I going to do? So professional goals is very important. So when you have your goals, you will own it. So now I know, okay, 2 years down the lane, I want to be here. So what am I supposed to do today? What are the things I need to work on? That is your self-accountability for you to grow professionally. Then you need to develop forward thinking. So when I say forward thinking attitude, it can be like taking ownership of your work. Always think about how your current actions and behavior can influence your co-workers, employer, and future goals. Like people who are working with you, it is very important to understand the people around you, the organization, the culture, what kind of a team you work with. So knowing all this helps you to do a future further mapping of your career growth. So you need to own these skills on your own through observation or through interacting with your co-fellows, teammates, or different team people. You will grow upscale this way. Volunteer for new assignments or team roles. So whenever you have this ownership mindset, you need to interact. You need to volunteer to take projects. You need to conduct sessions on your own, like interact with people. You should not wait for somebody to come and tell, hey, you want to do this? Try this. Maybe this will help you. Instead, you have to do your own set of research. Okay, what is trending now? What should I do to upskill? What if I do this? What could be the end benefit? And you have to get into your own self-learning volunteering spaces. Okay, and take advantage of learning opportunities. Now, we all know many organizations support employees by funding their courses or certifications. So you can interact with the HR department. They will let you know what are the courses, what is the organization, how are they trying to fund your course. So this way, and you can attend a lot of training sessions. Today, through internet, we have a lot of learning freedom. So we have access to learning in a very good way if we effectively plan, right? For example, you know this app called Udemy. So you can enroll in various courses. You can learn. Learning is now very easy. It's just our interest and how we're going to own this interest and how are we going to upskill our interest to grow. And communicate with your employer. This is very important. Have an open-ended conversation with your managers. They will help you and guide you for showing you a path. So if you tell them where you come from, what's your skills, what is your area of interest, and ask them for help, then they will help you understand, okay, this is the path, you can do this, you can grow this way. So always have an open-ended conversation with your manager, team lead, or any other people who you feel very safe interacting with. Yes, Girija, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So now that you've heard a lot about owning your work, what is, everything, let us do some self-reflection and self-introspection. What do you think self-reflection after listening to all this can look like? Any understanding you get when I say self-reflection here? All right. So we will do a quick activity. It's called a now, how, wow matrix. Okay. Now that you've understood what you need to do to develop owning your work and all of that, I want you to carefully think. What is that one skill you want to own now in your workplace? Okay, now this is what I am going to own. For example, now I want to get into training and grow in this field. So what am I doing now? Now I've enrolled for a program, a training program now. So how am I doing this? I've enrolled myself into ProTouch, an organization which trains and certifies people in the area they're interested into. So my now is I want to upscale my training skill. How am I doing this? I'm enrolling with an organization which is going to help me being certified. And wow. So wow factor is yes. When you achieve that vision of yours, yes, you've done it. All right. So now quickly, we will take 2 minutes of our time to think which is that one area or 2, 3 areas that now you want to own at your workspace. And how do you think you're going to work on this so that you can grow? And what could be the wow factor? So if there's anybody here who want to share, what is that one thing that you want to own now? You can put it on the chat box or you can come off mute. Very good. Best communication. That is your now. Very good. You can think. That's okay. You can also make a note of this post session. You can sit in a calm place and do this metrics for yourself, which will help you understand where you need to work on. Yes, Umang, please go off mute and share what you want to share.
Thank you so much. So now actually I'm doing something. So actually I've started uttering as less words as I can, because uttering less words makes a person really powerful. That is what I feel. And how am I doing is I'm just trying to listen to the people as much as I can, rather than pointing out and rather than justifying myself. So I try to listen to the people, and that is why whenever I listen to the people, it helps me slow down my pace. And wow moment, obviously I'm going to develop my personal power in terms of that, right?
Excellent. Very good. Very nice. So nice to hear this from you, Umang. Thanks for sharing to the larger group. Is there anybody else who wants to come forward to express one of your now, what is that you want to own? Yes, Aditi.
Hi, and thank you so much for the chance, Sushmita. So my now thing is to stay focused in whatever thing I do, be it like in terms of my workplace and everything. And how to stay focused is to present in every single moment, like to be present. And the wow factor is that the result that I'm getting after staying present, that when I'm putting my 100% attention to that work, I'm really doing it perfectly. And the result that I'm getting is really that feeling of that, wow, I put my 100% and this is the result. Yeah, this is something I really
Great,
am
Aditi.
paying attention. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. It was so motivating to listen to that. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. So I hope you all have benefited something out of this, and I hope you take these metrics forward to explore yourself. Also, there's psychometric tests where you can take it up online. This will help you understand your self, basically, like your strengths, what you're good at. So through this, also, you can understand where you fit in better, what you can do next. So please take good use of internet and e-learning and upskill. Now, I would like to invite Girija, the corporate trainer, my friend, to take the session forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, friends. Thank you so much, Sushmita. So before moving ahead from ownership to mindset of ownership, so let's observe this video carefully. And I want you to put your observations in the chat box. So it will be easy for me to take up another part of the session.
Just a minute, huh? Before the video begins, Sagar, please stop the recording. Pause the recording, because if there are many videos, YouTube doesn't take that, please.
I think recording control is with Girija.
No problem. I have taken the rights. Girija, go ahead. I will control it. Thank you.
Ma'am, can you please allow me to share the screen?
Hello.
I would request you to use chat box and let me know your observations about the video. Okay, become a change, bring a change. Boy is leading through an example. Everyone sees the problem. Be your own motivator, teamwork, take initiative, taking ownership. Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Yes, all the observations are correct. So, but before taking the initiative, one more thing is very important, like accountability and responsibility. So, how many of you think that responsibility is equal to accountability? Can you please type yes in the chat box for this? Okay, Mohit is saying yes. Accountability means responsibility. Pragati is saying yes. Okay, okay. Okay, yes, yes. So friends, there is a little difference between responsibility and accountability. Yes, responsibility is to own your tasks and to do that tasks with all your skills. But what about the results of that tasks? Whichever the result of the task may be success or a failure, you should accountable for that. You should hold yourself responsible for that. Yes, I have done it correctly, so achieve it. I have not done it, so I got a failure. So failure and success, to accept it that much easily and to work upon it is very important. So there are some types of accountability, like mutual accountability, personal accountability. In terms of workplace, mutual accountability is together with your team. How your team members, as you are a leader, then your team, and you are a team member, then your leader and you. This combination goes upon where you accept the mutual responsibility or one particular target. Like there is some target for the sales team, right? It's a mutual responsibility of that entire team to achieve that. And for personal responsibility is that particular sales manager is assigned for a particular region to complete that. It's his or her accountability to complete that. So within this case, you have to listen the conversations within your team. Are they focusing on the problem or are they focusing on the solutions? This is very important. Otherwise, if they are focusing on the problems only and not only the solutions, definitely these signs and symptoms you will observe in yourself as well as in your team. Like missing deadlines. This is a common in any organizations. Making excuses. No, I will not do that. I have so many tasks to do. I didn't get time. My team has not completed in time. These excuses, a non-accountable person will come to the table at the time of discussion. Complaining about each and everyone. Lack of communication. The communication is very important aspects within your team or in any organization. Trust is again very important factor. If you don't have trust within your team, within your organization, within your leader, you cannot call yourself accountable. So do you find all these symptoms in your organization or in your team rather than in yourself? As we're talking about the success at workplace, as she has explained very well about SWOT analysis. So can you please introspect yourself for a few seconds and do you observe all these symptoms in yourself? Then this is the time to change that attitude, change that three-letter bad word, that is ego. No, I will not change. This kind of attitude should not be there. If you want to success, you have to change yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to rework what you are doing, because same kind of things will not give you different kinds of results, right? So you have to change yourself. Within organization, there are different kinds of responsibilities or areas of responsibilities. That are some critical responsibilities and some frequent responsibilities. What are the critical responsibilities? Can anyone share me, or you can put it in the chat box? What are the critical responsibilities or accountability areas within your organization or within your role only? You can mention. Keeping check on work done by the team. Yeah, absolutely. And reporting the same. Okay, thank you, Mohit. See, critical responsibilities involves those responsibilities that can affect your organization badly. For example, legal areas, safety areas, customer complaints. These are very critical responsibilities where you need to have a strong accountable team or strong accountable person. So you have to be accountable for outcome of these critical responsibilities. If you are working in these kind of departments in your organization, so be aware that you are accountable for all these areas. About frequent responsibilities, that are tangible activities which we conduct day and day out. Frequent responsibility like data analytics, sales figures actually, which we can count in numbers. Customer complaints, handling that customer complaint, how we are handling that customer complaint. These are our frequent responsibilities. So if we have to overcome all these responsibilities and to make ourselves accountable, there are some nice solutions for this. So we have the 3 C's of accountable. If we implement that 3 C's of accountability in yourself, in your role, in your day-to-day activities, so I'm sure you will achieve success in your role, in your organization. First is clarity. Clarity is most important. Clarity of your role. What is expected out of your role? Set clear expectations for your team, for yourself. If you are not aware that what is expected out of your role, please ask help from your managers. Get your job descriptions, KRAs, KPIs clearly so that you will get a right path to reach there. You will have clarity what is expected out of your role from the day of your joining. Then only HR or your manager can measure your performance quarterly, half yearly, whatever is the cycle at your organization. Second is commitment. Now you know what is expected out of your role. Manager has explained you very well. Your HR has given you that sheet. Everything is there. But it's require your commitment for this. Are you committed to achieve that? Are you committed to achieve success at workplace through accountability? So commitment towards all these things is very important. By using ownership, by using SWOT analysis, know-how metrics, you can do all these small type of things to achieve that commitments. Another important thing is consequences. Consequences for accountability as well as for non-accountability is very important. Positive consequences are you will get a reward, recognition, you will get promotion, you will get a nice salary hike, etc. Things will happen in the organization. But yes, if you are not accountable, it may lead to legal actions as well, disciplinary actions as well. Because after all, you have everything with you, clarity of your role, you have commitment, everything organization is providing you. But be ready for your consequences. Yes, because holding yourself accountable or demonstrate your action for that particular commitment, for that particular role is very important. Then only you are able to achieve success at workplace. I have, you can jot down your roles, jot down your task relate, as we do all SOPs in our organizations, like standard operating procedures we have for each task and each process in your organization. This is simple, just a RASI matrix. It is called as responsible account manager. For example, if I'm a recruitment manager, then I am responsible to fill in that position within the time. I am accountable as entire recruitment team for this. And to whom should I consult? I consult a particular departments. I should consult my head of the department. Is there budget allocation? Is listed resumes? So particular head of the department will go through that resume. So who is responsible? We were talking about the recruitment process. If I'm a recruitment head, then I'm responsible and accountable for that entire recruitment process. I should consult head of the department for the budgeting and for other aspects. And to whom I have to inform that recruitment. If I have selected the candidate, finalized the candidate, then I should inform onboarding team. I should inform accounts team, payroll team for that particular details, right? So this is just an example to explain you the RASI matrix. This matrix you can implement for each and every tasks which are very critical, which are very important in the organization. Then your work will be very easy, so that you have to not check every time who was responsible for this. So you have that matrix in your hand. So friends, so we have done all with our learnings today, whatever we have decided, like success at workplace. So there is just a quick session summary, what we have learned from last 50 minutes. So we have understood that meaning and importance of ownership. Are you with me, everyone? Yes. Meaning and importance of ownership, developing ownership mindset and individual level. How individual level? By SWOT analysis, by now, how, and wow matrix. That is, and responsibility versus accountability that we had gone through, and accountability, how to develop accountability at your own level, at your team level, so that you will achieve success in the organization. Developing ownership mindset at team level through RASI matrix you can implement, so that team success is your success is team success. So you can implement it. So friends, I would request you to we have listened this, okay, but we should implement it in your day-to-day life, day-to-day office life, basically workplace life. So here is one action plan suggested for you. Do less and do more activity. whatever we have learned from last 50 minutes. So can anybody just unmute and tell me what you will do less and do more with all these suggestions and activity, whatever my friends have discussed during this session? Or you can type in the chat box as well. Because unless and until we put it in our actions, we will not get results, desired results. So action plans are very important. Further one step, I would suggest just put deadlines for do less and do more. If we focus on do more activities, do less will automatically become a less. Less procrastination, more proactive, less thinking of doing the things, doing more of talking the actions. Great. Less speak, work more. Great. So for example, you will do less procrastination. So your productivity will be more. You will do more time management. You will do task planning more. Minute level planning you have to do. These kind of things are supporting to achieve success at organization, success at your workplace. Do not get confused. Ask the clarity. Great. Now how was useful? Great. Simply I will stop wasting my time, do more on knowledge. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you. Yeah, Umang, do you want to say something? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. So as per this do less do more activity, as per the discussion we have had, so I would decide to do focus on my problems as less I can and do more focus upon my solutions, which I can do better with my solutions. So yes, I'll focus upon problems as less I can, and I'll focus upon the solutions as much as I can. So that's what my do less do more activity I would be perfect. Thank you so much.
That's great. Thank you, Umang. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. The session is open for question and answers now. So raise your hands or type in the chat box what are your questions or queries. We are here to discuss that.